If you were to walk out onto the street and ask a group of people assembled there a basic question like this: why does the Catholic Church teach that in vitro fertilization, the making of test tube babies, is always wrong? What kind of answer do you think you might get? The typical answer would be something along these lines. Oh, well, you make extra embryos, and those embryos might get frozen or might get discarded, and therefore the technique is wrong, is immoral. Well, certainly the production of extra embryos and freezing of them is a serious objection, but it's not the central objection. What is the real root problem with in vitro fertilization? Well, I think we have to back up always one level here and point out to people a key consideration, that when people get married, they often have a mistaken idea in mind, namely that when they get married, they have a right to a child. And we never have a right to a child. A child is a gift. When we get married, we have a right to those acts, those beautiful marital acts that we hope will bring the gift of life to the heart of the family. But we're never entitled to that. If we insist on the gift, it's no longer a gift. So the issue here is that when we choose to do in vitro fertilization, we decide that we are going to create human beings in laboratory glassware. And as we reflect on that, we should immediately be able to have an insight that there's a problem here. There's an issue of context. None of us should come into the world in a laboratory, in glassware. We should come into the world in the marital embrace. That is the only setting where human dignity is properly safeguarded and protected. Marital intimacy is a sacred setting, and once we step out of that setting, we are invariably going to unleash a number of vortices and other forces that will depersonalize human embryos and end up violating our own sexuality, our own marriage as a couple. So we are called here to a deeper appreciation of the gift of sexuality itself, recognizing the designs of life that are written into it. Part of the reason this is so difficult in our day and age to see is because contraception has become so widespread. When we look at what contraception is, it's the idea, well, we can have sex without babies. In vitro fertilization is the flip side of the same coin, that we can have babies without sex. We are called never to separate these two integral meanings of human sexuality, but to respect this beautiful God-given design and to be open in this way to the beautiful gift that God sends.